The Broncos just cut Levelle Bailey.
That makes little to no sense of a player that I thought was having a great training camp. Also was a very solid special teams contributor a year ago. Had the athleticism to be what I thought would be an improvement over Justin Strnad in terms of your third or fourth inside linebacker in the room if there were injuries to Dre Greenlaw or Alex Singleton or Drew Sanders, all of which have suffered injuries this training camp. Am I right in that saying that, Raj? All three of your starting, your two starters, and then your third guy, Drew Sanders, have missed time. Why get rid of Levelle Bailey?
I suppose the only way is that maybe they see a linebacker that's been released, or they expect an inside linebacker to be released that could be more impactful than Levelle. I suppose. Or does this guarantee that you're now keeping three quarterbacks? That could certainly be part of it.
Last year's version of keeping three quarterbacks, it's like this emergency third quarterback is a bit more. It's not a pure roster spot,
right? It is a
it's like a practice squad.
It's a black
game day elevation.
Like, you know the black ace thing in hockey, where in the playoffs you can just have a bunch of dudes, but it doesn't actively affect your game day roster unless you bring them up. That's kind of what the third quarterback is.
But it doesn't count towards your 53. Is that right?
Correct.
So,
all right, no, it counts towards the 53, but it doesn't count toward the game day roster. You can take a peek at that. I don't know. It makes sense to have three quarterbacks, especially if you don't think that Sam Ehlinger is going to be nabbed off of your practice squad. You're not going to keep all three active consistently.
Okay. The designated third quarterback must be on your 53-man roster.
It affects the 53. It does
not
affect
count
the game day roster.
Game day active roster limit of 47 or 48 players. The NFL Players Association vetoed a rule change that would have allowed practice squad players to fill this role. Okay. So it is a active 53. And then you have to take that 53-man roster down to 47, 48 for a game day, but the bonus player you can add is the emergency third. Makes sense. Kind of. You're keeping three quarterbacks. And it's smart. Now, you're clearly only keeping, four running backs? Has Blake Watson been waived yet?
Blake Watson has been waived. Watson and Estime are gone. Your running backs are set.
No, Bidet is as of right now, he's made the team.
Correct.
When is the final? Is it 2:00?
2 p.m. Mountain. Dobbins, Harvey, McLaughlin, Bidet.
As we said.
Yep. Those are your dudes.
We've said that for weeks.
And then what you need to do, you play the waiver game with the fullbacks. You really need to hold a 53 for one of those dudes? No?
I don't think so.
How many times did Burton go up and down on waivers last year? It was multiple times.
Yeah, he's going to clear.
There's like two teams that need a fullback, and they already got their dude. You don't need to hold the 53 spot for that guy.
It didn't last year.
Or Adam Prentice.
Yep, didn't last year.
Yeah. So I don't think your running backs are in question whatsoever. The inside linebacking cut from Levelle Bailey was odd, just because is there another position group that scares you more when it comes to injury on the Broncos than inside linebacker?
The only position that scares me more than the inside linebacker, period, regardless of injury or not injury, is punter. It's the only really
you
bad.
Really want to get into punter stuff
right
off the bat?
It's really the only bad position group today.
Yeah, he's not good.
He's not good.
And you used a 6th-round draft pick on him.
He's got the yips
Jeremy
right now.
Crawshaw, he has been really bad so far.
He is. He's the 35th best punter right now in a league in preseason in a league that has 32 teams. That's not great.
How pissed off are you going to be if that costs you a game?
Oh, man.
Whose head rolls if it costs you a game?
It can't be the Riz Queen, man. Darren Rizzi.
Right, but who else was pounding the table to take a punter in the 6th round? Like, I know I've gushed about George Payton's ability to draft well recently, and we went over, especially like in the third and fourth round. George Payton's been stellar over the past few years. That he just hits in the draft. But was that a George Payton draft pick, round 6? Or did Rizzy come in and be like, Riley Dixon ain't doing it for me. We got to use a 6th round pick on a punter out of Florida.
Well, unfortunately,
it's a roster spot that pisses me off.
The decision
right now
to move on from Riley Dixon had nothing to do with him not being good enough or being dissatisfied with his performance. He just wanted a little bit too much money. But in reality, would you say that your starting punter is more important than your third string quarterback?
Yes, unless injuries happen.
Unless it's catastrophic.
Right.
In which case, most NFL teams, if you get to your third quarterback, it's just hold on and just survive the end of the season. You're not attempting to make the postseason. Most situations. But your punter, man, those hidden yards in the NFL and in a league that is just so full of parity, so full of every game coming down to a minute play or a flipping of fields. That's the only position group I'm desperately afraid of.
Inside linebacker scares me.
It has been a position of concern since Drew Sanders went down in day 3 of camp, day 2 of camp. And
Singleton missed a ton of time.
Singleton's thumb
Greenlaw missed
exploded
a ton of time.
Greenlaw never participated in a preseason game because he is a China doll.
I don't know. Maybe they saw. Did they see Green Bay release Isaiah Simmons, the former first rounder out of Clemson? Green Bay just cut him like an hour and a half ago. Maybe you see that and you go, that's a blue chip. At least at one point in his career, was a blue chip prospect. He's now 27 or 28.
He hadn't been great for that team.
No, I mean, he hasn't really been great at any point in his NFL career. Not great. He was great at Clemson. So maybe you see that guy and you go, well, Levelle Bailey is fine, but can Isaiah Simmons be Levelle Bailey with a ceiling that is exponentially higher than Levelle's? Maybe. That could be it. The last time Isaiah Simmons was anything was when he was in Arizona.
How many tackles did he have? What was his single season high?
Isaiah Simmons, his single high in tackles in a season, 105 in year 2. But in 17 games last year, 21 tackles. In 17 games in 2023, 50 tackles. He hasn't been the same guy for 3 seasons. But he was also playing like a little bit of safety when he was with the Giants, so he's kind of been jerked around by the 2 teams that he hasn't been set on one spot.
Yeah, the Levelle Bailey, I started noticing it. He was rapidly ascending when the injuries were starting to stockpile. He was the option number 1 out there at linebacker. In fact, when you saw a dime package with both Jaquan McMillan and Jahdae Barron, you only had one inside linebacker on the field. And this was about 3 weeks ago during a 2-minute drill. Levelle Bailey was the one inside linebacker out on the field with the starting defensive unit. And this was in the absence of Singleton and Greenlaw and Sanders. But he was picked before Stranad. I started to notice he was falling out of favor for whatever reason as it relates to the kind of the rotation. Started seeing Levelle Bailey get a little bit of that Audric Estime treatment where he's almost like when the threes are out there, he was out there a bit. And I said, it didn't seem right. It doesn't fully add up. I know this. The new linebacker coach has Jeff Schmetting, the new linebacker coach for the Denver Broncos, has a background with Levelle Bailey. Tried to recruit him to Boise State. He ended up going to Fresno State. He was a high school quarterback, and he loved him.
Position coaches are all fine and well. You know who runs the defense?
Vance Joseph.
The dude who ran the defense when Isaiah Simmons was selected in the first round out of Clemson to the Arizona Cardinals.
Okay. All right.
The last time that Isaiah Simmons was a solid
So
football
are
player
you
in the
predicting?
NFL.
You're predicting that's happening.
That I'm not predicting it's happening, but I've got my Brian Windhorst fingers up in the air right now.
What's the financials on a Simmons? NFL vet minimum, is that what you'll get him as a player that was recently waived?
His vet salary this year, I think he was under $2 million or something when I looked this morning. Like
you're getting him dang near on the free I mean, he's on the cheap.
Why not?
Almost free. I mean, free $2 million.
I love taking a peek at guys who used to have vaunted ceilings.